A question that I'm frequently asked as a school counselor is, should I give my kid a phone? Now, I work with 4th and 5th graders, so we're looking at like ages 8 through 11. And my answer to this question is pretty standard. I can't give you the answer to that. Of course, I have my own opinions based on what I see as a school counselor, but it is not my job to tell a parent what age or when you should choose to give your child a phone. Nor is it any other parent's job to make that decision for you. There's plenty of people out there that want to give you advice and tell you how to do things and what you should and shouldn't do. That's not what I'm here for. But what I can do is educate you and decide for yourself if your child is at a point where they're ready for that. Also, you have to ask yourself, am I ready to have the level of hyper awareness that's needed to ensure that the child is able to navigate this safely and responsibly? So in order to do that, let me introduce you to a little friend called dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. It is known as the feel-good hormone in our brain. Things like gaming, social media, apps, these all cause large spikes of dopamine deep within a child's brain. And these dopamine spikes tell the brain that this activity is way more critical than other activities that may cause smaller spikes in dopamine. For example, completing a task, doing your homework, having dinner with your family. So this dopamine spike causes like a magnetic pull of the kid's attention to these devices. Neurologically, a child's brain is not at a developmental stage where they are capable to demonstrate the self-control that's needed to manage their behavior and emotions when it comes to the exposure of things on the internet. So when kids are consistently getting these intense dopamine spikes by these devices, it makes the boring tasks much harder. Being able to sit in a classroom and listen to your teacher, being able to do things that are less stimulating. And this constant overstimulation can also flip your nervous system into fight or flight mode and cause you to be more reactive. So, if you choose to give a child unfiltered access to the internet with no boundaries, you're setting yourself up for a fight with dopamine. And that is not a fair fight. So what's the key? Boundaries, time limits, conversations. If you just give a kid a phone with unfiltered access to the internet, that's like throwing them the keys to your car and expecting them to be able to merge gracefully into rush hour traffic with no prior driving training. It's something that's going to require of you a hyper awareness. The good news is kids are teachable. We just have to be willing to take the time to have these conversations, to monitor what they're doing, to reinforce and model appropriate interactions. If all they're getting is the negative modeled for them in those online environments, then we have to work double time to make sure that they have practice with positive interactions as well.